few things.
It's hard.
That you can only do it, right? You can watch a movie in double screen.
Yeah.
You can be listening to a podcast while scrolling Instagram.
Yeah.
You can, you cannot read and do anything else.
I'll tell you what I think might win. My personal point of view on this is I think that content will get turned into like an AI chat experience. Jason makes fun of me about this, but I do sit in my car when I do a lot of long drives now. I was at my office, like Santa Cruz and the cities. I drive a lot, and I talk to ChatGPT Advanced Voice. But I'll talk about a topic, and I'll like learn about it, and I'll engage with it, and I'll kind of go back and forth. But if I flip on like a book on tape or something, my brain wanders off, and I got questions and ideas, and I'm like, oh, then I start thinking about it, and I realize, oh man, 3 minutes have gone by. And so for me personally, maybe this is just the way I'm wired, like I kind of like the interactive model, but I do think this great content, like Jonathan Haidt's new book, gets put out as kind of an interactive mode where I get to go engage and start telling me about it, I can ask questions, and it's almost like I'm having a conversation with the author. Well, and that's where going back to the earlier point, like the cultural experience is the book written by the author, but the way I experience it is going to be different than the way you experience it in an AI world.
I would love to look at how people pay attention to a conversation between multiple people like a podcast compared with an audiobook. And the author is trying their best to come across with bounce and energy and engagement and stuff like that. But really it's not. And it's one person. Just one tone going through, recorded very carefully. Whereas when you've got stuff bouncing around, even that author talking about that book on a podcast, why am I so much more engaged? There's something about that which is more compelling. So
it's the way humans are. Humans aren't designed to sit on the floor and be lectured to by another human. Humans are designed to be social creatures, to have engagement, to have that process. And I think that's how it plays out in our brain. There's more of a responsive chemistry to that.
I'm excited for this pendulum to swing back and for people to like read a book again or to watch a Kurosawa film.
Well, yeah, that's 100% right.
No, I mean,
you can't watch a Kurosawa film and not feel.
I'll tell you what, I think for a lot of young people, they're missing out on some of like the great beauty in life is to be able to give yourself over for 2 hours to a Kurosawa film, or to give yourself over to a book for an hour, just about an hour. And that's what we're going to see, I think, in the coming years, is people are going to look at this like they looked at junk food, like they looked at cigarettes and say, this is not healthy for me.
You've seen that list of 5 regrets of the dying. It's things like, I wish I'd allowed myself to be the person I wanted to be, not the person that is expected of me. I wish I'd worked less. I wish I kept in touch with my friends. I would bet an awfully large amount of money that one of them in starting about 30 years' time is going to be, I wish I spent less time on my phone.
Yeah,
and that's going to be
I wish I deleted TikTok.
Great point.
Yeah.
By the way, we're going to continue the conversation. So guys, join us thanking Chris, and we're going to invite the rest of the crew back out.
Oh yeah, come on up, everybody. Brian, come on up. This is my friend Brian Johnson. Come on up.
Brian.
There we go. Can we get him a mic? Can we get him a mic out or something?
Will you introduce Brian?
Yeah, Brian Johnson created a payments company. He was on This Week in Startups years ago, and then I looked up and he was sharing his nighttime erections on social media.
It's 3 hours and 12 minutes, yes.
3 hours and 12 minutes. We just
Ryan, you're Kardashian famous now. Yeah.
Oh, really? You were on the Kardashians?
Yeah, last week's episode.
You were on last week's episode, and who was you were hanging out with Kim or which Chloe?
Andrew Huberman, who was the star of the show.
Who was?
Andrew Huberman and Brian. That was my Trump Zelensky moment. You two in a room. I'm aware.
Oh, is this like East Coast, West Coast? It's like Crips and Bloods?
Yeah.
You guys get along, or is it?
We do it like, yeah, we're friends.
You're friends?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do together? Like the two of you do together?
That's secret.
I mean, do you guys exchange blood? What's the?
It's secret, yeah.
Sus all in.
They do lab tests. They do lab tests on a Saturday morning.
Spotify moved to video. I think that's an interesting one to talk about. That's something people aren't really sort of factoring in, because you turn what was an audio platform into, is this audio? Is this video? Now there's trailers that you can see as well. And they are paying creators a pretty penny. So we were a part of the partner program for January and February, and we made more money from them with only 10% of our catalog uploaded than the entirety of our YouTube AdSense. So they're throwing everything at it.
Well, you do. We don't.
And we're working on it.
Yeah, but we're working on it. But I think also like there's I think in all these platforms when they announce a new monetization model, they need model citizens. And I think, Chris, like your show is a model citizen for Spotify. Like they put you on billboards. They're definitely going like, hey,
Golden Child.
Yeah, Modern Wisdom is the show you want to be on Spotify. It's video. It looks beautiful. It uploads quite a bit. It has a big back catalog. So I think it's a really interesting model. To me, it feels experimental. I think if it works, it's great. Share of premium subscription revenue is awesome.
Ryan, are you going to be able to be within the vicinity of that acid smoke? I imagine you're going to be counting down how many minutes it's going to knock off your life.
Jason, what is this?
That's a Fuente. It's a nice cigarette. You can just chew on it.
What's going to happen if I chew on it?
You can get a little nicotine hit, and you're going to enjoy life for the first time in 3 years.
I don't know if this fits into protocol. I mean,
Just chew it. Come on. Like that. See everyone here?
should I do it? Wait, hold on. Before you say something. Don't die is in your hands. Do I chew on it?
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. That was a very clear response.
It's either that or you got to do Chris's ketamine. It's one or the other. Which one are you gonna do?
Chris, you ketamine?
Yeah, we'll do it backstage.
Yeah.
I'm an expert promoter. I do everything.
Yeah. Do you want the cigar?
Okay, thank you.
You did ketamine recently, didn't you, Brian?
I did, yeah. I used that. So we built the brain interface at my company, Kernel. We were trying to build a wearable fMRI, and we had this question: what happens when? There's like when you take an SSRI or when you take ketamine. And so I did a dose, an intramuscular dose, and we measured my brain 30 days before the ketamine, during ketamine, and then 14
Was it an injection? You snorted it? You did those?
injection. We did the max FDA allowed amount. And what was cool is we
You
saw.
just did it on yourself. You're like, I'm just going to max out, right? Just like,
No, we had an IRB. We had it approved ethically, and what we saw. So
sorry, just real quick. Have you done ketamine before this?
no, first time.
So you're just chilling. You're like, I'm going to max out on ketamine.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I really get this. Like, I want to get your mindset.
We
Yeah.
wanted to see the effect. So like we had.
You think, wait, that's just you, right? Like,
Well, okay, so we spent 6 years building this brain interface. So we built a custom ASIC. We like pushed it through COVID. Like it was like an all-in effort.
you don't have like an intern or 23-year-old analyst or something to be like, maxed out on ketamine. Like,
But I was also doing blueprints, so I was like, this is interesting. Like what actually happens to the brain when? And so